Hello and welcome to another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Today we have been greeted by a player's new event, 10 times the chances to get Madame Serris. She's amazing, arguably the best epic in the game right now, and her character design is just stunning. I haven't seen her attacks animation, but I hope they look just as good as her. Let's go over her attacks, shall we? Although she's been covered by pretty much every big raid YouTuber, I still want to put out my personal thoughts on her. So let's start with her A1. She attacks one enemy, and one enemy only, and has a 20% chance to apply fear debuff, which becomes 30% chance if the enemy has one debuff, or 45% chance if the enemy has two or more debuffs. Okay, so I actually had troubles finding what fear and true fear debuffs actually do. They are simple, but let me explain them. Fear debuffs is stated as follows. Professor van der Einzen, cello, please. Your turn. When a champion with this debuff attempts to use a skill, there is a 50% chance that the skill will not activate, and the champion will lose their turn. Okay, thank you very much. So, Madame Serris' skill cannot be used as a first round skill, unless you're using a mass debuffer like Dracomorph that places weaken and defense down together, so you have the two debuffs necessary to have the 45% chance to activate the fear debuff. But I really don't think it's worth it to go through all that just to have a 45% chance to activate a fear debuff on one enemy. Oh, and also, I think no one really pays attention to the names of the attacks, so from now on, I'm gonna read them out loud and comment them. Her A1 is called Panic Spread. Cool name. Although, since it's a spread, I would expect it to spread to all enemies. But I guess you can spread something, you can spread it to just one person. I mean, when I spread my lemon marmalade in the morning, I spread it in on one piece of bread at a time. But somehow it then spreads to many more pieces of bread, and oh yeah. Let me know what's your favorite spread in the comment section. Oh, and talking about spreads, this year's debuff spread is becoming more and more important with every update. But I'll save this discussion for another video. Let's go to her A2, Tricks and Treats. Super cool name, but even better effects. She attacks all enemies and has a 40% chance of stealing one random buff from each target, 50% if booked. And it's on a 4-turn cooldown, 3 if booked, which is absolutely insane considering what effects she puts on the enemy. So if any buff is stolen, she puts a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. And here's the main attraction. To all those enemies that have their buffs stolen from this attack, she places a true fear debuff. Okay, let's remember our audience here what true fear does. Please, Professor Sir Cello. When a champion with this debuff attempts to use a skill, there's a 50% chance that with the skill will not activate and the champion will lose their turn. The skill that they try to use goes on a cooldown. Thank you, Professor. Always appreciate it. So, this said, the only difference between fear and true fear is that true fear also places the skill on cooldown, if the 50% chance of blocking the skill goes true. I genuinely thought that fear would be 50% chance and true fear 100% chance to block that skill. But I can understand that would be absolutely broken. Let's go to her A3. I know I said her A2 is the main attraction because of the fear and true fear buff, but her A3 is honestly spooky. So spooky it's almost overpowered. Midnight Ritual. I can honestly imagine her at midnight performing some kind of insane ritual, because to have so many effects, she has to make some insane stuff. I mean, she basically stole Raise Banish, which is her 3, and then added a 100% chance to apply 50% decrease attack, and a 100% chance to apply 60% decrease debuff. and you think, okay, that's insane. Surely for 1, maximum 2 turns, you know, as usual, right? Nope. For 3 turns. I repeat, 3 turns. That's actually broken. I'm saying this. Take out all of your unused resistance sets and chest pieces, because we're all gonna need something like 400% resistance to play this game from now on. I mean, after all those debuffs and skills and high quality attacks, surely that's enough, right? Oh hell no! She even has a passive. Witch's Grace. Okay, I'll give you that. She's one of the most graceful witches out there, but she's also one of the deadliest ones. She places a shield buff on herself at the start of each turn, based on 10% of her max HP. Not bad, nothing crazy. The crazy thing is that whenever she's attacked under any shield buff, she has a 35% chance, which is like more than 1 in 3, to place a fear debuff on the attacker. So she goes really well with any hero with a shield set, or heroes like Hope and Valkyrie. Arguably, you could put a provoke set on her to maximize the chances of inflicting fear debuff on the enemies. Not too bad. So let's do a recap. She's amazing. She's probably the most overpowered here in the game right now, considering she's an epic. If you're lucky enough to get her, definitely get her to 66 stars ASAP and use her everywhere apart from clan boss, as fear and true fear do not affect bosses. Gear suggestions from me are going to be, so if you're feeling crazy enough and want to go YOLO, use a provoke set on her, together with a speed set if you can't get enough speed. HP percentage glove, defense percentage chest, or vice versa. And if you have enough speed, so something like 180 at least, play some HP boots and use any HP set like Immortal, regular HP, or Divine HP. The most common and boring suggestion is just go triple speed set and wreak havoc upon the arena. Minimum speed required, I would say, is around 180 for dungeons and campaign, 200 for arena. Oh, and yeah, I almost forgot, she needs accuracy, a lot of accuracy, to actually land those debuffs. Definitely accuracy banner, and if you can't get enough accuracy, I would say around minimum 150, but aim at 200, then use an accuracy set. For her jewelry, I would go HP ring and defense amulet, or vice versa, and obviously an accuracy banner. Okay, now for some void shards opening. The question you've all been asking is, Cello, after praising her so much, making a video on her, etc., did you actually pull her? Well, let's see. I spent £130 on void shards offers between yesterday and today, 23 void shards in total. Let's talk about this event, shall we? You have 10 times the chances to pull Madame Serris, but you still have 8% chance to actually pull an epic. That's low, really low. So the answer to your question is no, I didn't get her. At this point, with £130 spent already on void shards, I was very tempted to just wail out and just buy another £200 worth of void shards. But then I thought to myself, that wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it because I learned my lesson after spending more than £500 last double rate event for void shards, where I got exactly 0 legendaries. That was an insane amount of void shards. I don't even remember how many. But I could have just carried on now and spent another £200. I'm proud of saying that I was able to stop myself from spending more money, and I would like to encourage you guys to do this as well. Spending is okay, just don't let anyone ever say, "Oh, ew, what the hell, you spent £5 grand on a game, that's so stupid." When I spend those £500, I spend them because I was depressed, I had a lot going on in my life, and I just wanted something to make me happy, and fast. And that happiness at that time was opening void shards. People spend money on games for many reasons, from depression to just wanting to try their luck, for the adrenaline rush, or just because they're bored and want to spend some money. But no matter if you're a millionaire or a student with debts, always try and remember to be stronger than that feeling of temporarily happiness. Eventually, at some point, you will find something that will make you happier than spending those £200 extra on a game and for me it was making YouTube videos. I just thought to myself that what I spent was already enough, and I already had enough content and things to talk about. And after this shower of thoughts, if you had the patience to sit through all this video, I will introduce you to my big surprise for tonight. So after deciding not to spend another £200 on raid, I saw that I had 5 ancient shards left in my portal, so I decided to use them to get some extra points in the tournament. I started opening them, and I wasn't even looking at the animations or anything. And then suddenly, at the third one, with the angle of my eye, I caught a glimpse of light coming through my phone, and boom! Battle Khazar. And not just a Battle Khazar, my second Battle Khazar. I swear that before opening those shards, I could feel I would have gotten a legendary. I took it as a divine intervention to reward me for my strength to overcome the need of spending more money. I'm so happy, so happy for Badel, for starting YouTube, for the already many people that are watching me. I will prepare a Badel soon and make a special video on using double Badel. A sweet and sour salute from your favorite fruit and now musical instrument, cello.